My peppermint mocha is really, really good this morning, in case you were wondering. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Liz, and in today's video we are gonna do a week in my life. I haven't done a reading vlog in quite a while, and that's mainly because I just haven't had time to do such a long form video. The sit down ones have been super easy for me to just like knock them out and then edit them, but I really wanted to do at least one more vlog before the end of 2025. This is like some of the coziest, best reading time right now. I'm currently in the middle of so many different books, so I figured I would just take you guys along with me for a week and I can talk about the books I'm reading, hopefully finish a few of them that I'm in the middle of, and just kind of have like a cozy week with you guys. This week is going to be a little weird. Like I have a lot of different things happening each day that are very different. Like my schedule is not consistent this week at all, but I figured I would film when I can and just share what I'm doing with you guys leading up to Christmas. I have some gifts I'm going to be wrapping. I have just some different books that I'm trying to knock out before I go home for Christmas and things like that. I'm just excited to film and chat about some books and do some Christmassy, wintry things with you guys. So some of the books that I'm currently in the middle of, let's chat. I'm currently in the middle of 4 books right now. That's what happens when you buddy read with a lot of people. The first one I am in the middle of is A Heart for Christmas, which is the romance advent calendar. So as you can see, I'm a little over halfway. Today is technically the 15th of December. I need to read my chapter today still, but we're over halfway because this only goes until the 24th of December. So I'll finish this before Christmas, which will be really, really nice. One less book I have to travel with. My thoughts on this. It's not my favorite. I will admit, when I bought this book, I did not realize it was YA. And I think that definitely has changed my reading experience. I was hoping that it was going to be a little bit older, and based on what's going on with our main character, I feel like it would fit better if it was set with them being slightly older. She is, I think, 19 years old or something, or 18 years old. She had a major heart surgery and she ended up having to get a heart transplant a year or 2 ago. So she's been taking life very easy and she has not been going out and having fun like a normal teenager would, and she's just very cautious with herself and her health. I guess that's valid. It is the lead up to Christmas. She went to visit her dad, who lives on this like mountain chalet resort, ski resort thing. Her parents are divorced, so she's staying with her dad leading up to Christmas, and while she's there she runs into her best friend's older brother, and he is trying to help her kind of come out of her shell and experience things and do things that she hasn't been doing in the past couple of years since her surgery. I've just found it's very cheesy. That is typical with most YA romances. They're gonna be a little bit cheesier. I feel like it definitely feels YA. It almost feels middle grade in a way, like even younger than YA. Just the way they talk with each other and the way it's written. I'm enjoying the whole experience, the whole process of, you know, opening up each chapter each day and getting that one single snippet of the book. I'm excited to finish it. I will say that, because I'm not super invested in this book. I'm not loving our characters. I don't feel very connected to them, and I think that it might be because I can only read 1 chapter a day. So that's my thoughts on this one. Currently chugging this out once a day. Then I am currently buddy reading a book with my mom, and that is The Merry Matchmaker by Sheila Roberts. I actually bought her this last Christmas and I wanted to read this with her through the Christmas season. She's a big fan of Hallmark movies, so this book felt like a Hallmark movie to me, and it still does. I am enjoying my reading experience way more in this one than I am in the Advent romance. This is following a woman who is in, I want to say, her 50s. Her husband passed away a handful of years ago, and right now she doesn't really think she wants to have like another love of her life. She instead likes to matchmake, and she like does that for the people in her life around her. So like she's trying to matchmake one of her really good friends who actually has a crush on her. She's trying to matchmake her younger sister, her mom. Like she's just trying to matchmake everyone in her life, and everyone's just like, hey girl, why don't you focus on yourself? I'm getting close to the end. I only have 3 chapters left. We've been reading 3 chapters a week together, and that's been a good pacing for us. We started this like right after Thanksgiving, and we will finish right before Christmas, so it's kind of perfect timing. I think I am enjoying my reading experience with this a lot more. It definitely feels like a Hallmark movie, but not in like an overly cheesy way. I think the fact that it is following a woman who is in her 50s, that is helping, because there are like very real feelings and things happening in her life. Hoping to finish this week. I definitely will. It just depends on which day I will find the time to sit down and just finish it. And then I just started this book last night and I am about 50 pages in, and that is Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I have heard such a mixed range of reviews about this book. Majority of reviews I've seen, people have not been enjoying this book compared to her other books. I love B.K. Borison and her writing. I read First Time Caller earlier this year, and it's like one of my favorite books I've read, like romance books that I've read in a long time. So I was really excited to read like a holiday romance by her. And I also read like Love Light Farms, and I enjoyed that. And I will say I'm still enjoying the writing. Her writing is so bingeable and it's very witty, and I love her characters that she creates. Our main character, she runs an antique store. One day, she has like a really bad day at work, comes home, and there's a man in her living room, and it's the ghost of Christmas past, and his name is Nolan, and he's trying to help her fix her life, and they're gonna like go through her past memories together so that way she can then move on to the next, like the ghost of Christmas present. And obviously it's a romance between her and the ghost of Christmas past, so that's interesting. I'm really curious about how that's gonna work because he is technically a ghost, he is dead. Yeah, I'm not really sure how a romance can really come out of that, but we shall see. So far I'm having fun with it. I think I just need to go into it knowing this isn't gonna be the super overly emotional groundbreaking romance. It's just a fun holiday romance, and I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna keep it very lighthearted with this one while reading it. And the last book that I am in the middle of, which I'm not really that far in, I'm only a few pages in, but I'm buddy reading this with my coworker, and that is To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. This is an arc that we both have, and this comes out, I believe, in March, end of March. Definitely excited to read this and give my thoughts and feelings on this book. This is a dystopian romance. It's set where in society there's these tiers of people, and if you were in the bottom tier, if you get arrested, you get sent to this prison called Endlock. The higher ups in society can go to this prison. If they pay like this fee, then they can go to this prison and hunt the inmates for sport. Our main character, it starts off and she is a bounty hunter. She's doing this to support herself and her brother. She ends up having to go into this prison to save her brother, and there is a romance between her and one of the prison guards. That's really all I know. I'm only a few pages in. I'm really liking the writing, and I'm really excited to have like a faster paced like dystopian book. I've been really loving dystopians lately. Like I just finished one the other day. So that's another book that I am gonna be reading this week. Today I have work. I work all day, and then tonight I do need to edit a video that needs to be uploaded by tomorrow. I will be doing that for most of my evening most likely, and then once that's done I will be reading and relaxing. That is our update. This was a very long update because of how many books I have to talk about. I have like 20 minutes before I need to leave for work, so I'm just gonna relax and maybe read a little bit. Probably read my one chapter for today in my Advent romance, and then I'll get going. That's been like my morning routine, is I'll get up, I'll get ready, and then before I leave for work or go wherever I need to go for that day, I read my one chapter. So that's like a part of my morning. It feels weird to not read it in the morning. Thoughts and feelings. It's still really cheesy, but I do think it has a good message. It's cute. I'm still not loving it, unfortunately, but it's all about the experience, I guess. This is still a fun thing to do. I like the fact that it's like an Advent calendar and it's like a morning ritual that I have now. Yeah, it's a little juvenile with the whole like best friend not telling the best friend. Clearly, this is gonna bite them in the butt. It is 8:20 right now, and I am home from work. I had dinner, and now I'm editing a video that I need to upload for tomorrow. So I'm trying to crank this out so that way it's done tonight, and then I can upload it tomorrow morning when I wake up. And I'm trying to be productive tonight so that way I can have a nice relaxing morning tomorrow morning. I'm a little over halfway done editing, so that feels good. Later, I actually got ready for the day. As you can see, I finished uploading my video for today, so it feels good to have that out of the way. Now I'm planning on pouring myself a glass of eggnog because I'm trying to be festive and whatnot, make some breakfast, and I'm gonna read, and I'm so excited. I didn't really read much more yesterday. I read a little bit more in Good Spirits, so I'm like 70 pages into that book now. I really want to read a good portion of To Cage a Wild Bird today, so that's kind of my game plan for this morning. I might fold some laundry and like do some random things. I also have a few Christmas presents for people coming in the mail today, so I will definitely be wrapping a lot tonight, which is another thing that I need to stay on top of because Christmas is next week. I need to just like keep up with things, otherwise I will get overwhelmed. I don't want to be stressed. I have Prairie Farms, their eggnog. That's what we're gonna be drinking this morning. This is giving me PTSD flashbacks from last year. Last year I bought eggnog, and when I poured it in my cup, I wasn't paying attention when I grabbed the cup. Whenever I was pouring, this thing came out of the eggnog. There was a massive spider sitting at the bottom of my cup, and I basically drowned it in eggnog. That was traumatizing. You guys can see, I can see, it is empty. Cheers. I love eggnog. My brother hates it and says it tastes like pine cones. I guess I like the taste of pine cones. I am back from work. Now I have a bunch of packages to open. Hi. Murphy wanted to join our unboxing. My Illumicrate box came in, and then also some Christmas presents that I purchased for family members. And so I figured, why not just share Illumicrate's box this month with you guys, because it's right here. Okay, so right off the bat, our little paper that tells you like kind of like the theme of the box is stories within stories. They always put so much of this packing fluff in here. It's great, but also what am I supposed to do with it? I've been trying to like repurpose it or reuse it whenever I have to ship boxes because it feels wrong just like throwing it away. We have a bookmark inspired by The Isle in the Silver Sea by Tasha Suri. That was a different book from a different month. Ooh, that's pretty. So it has a book on it and it says The Night and the Witch, and then it's just like a little scene, I guess, from the book. Ooh, what is this? So this is a bookmark album, and this one is inspired by A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. I love that book. Oh, that's pretty. So that's what that looks like. Scrapbook for bookmarks. I don't know. I do have a million bookmarks, so it'd be nice to have a spot to store them. Interesting. I never thought to do that. Next, we have a sticker sheet. Okay, so it's inspired by all 12 of the Illumicrate books of 2025. So that's cool. So it has a sticker per book. That's fun. There's one more item, and before we get to the book, what are you? It's this journal, and it says bookshop on the cover in gold foil. That is so pretty. Okay, I need to open this immediately. I haven't even gotten to the book yet. I like how I'm getting so excited about the smaller items. Ha! I win. I am really liking the layout of this, actually. This might be next year's reading journal. Let's look at our book. The Bookshop Below by Georgia Summers. On the back, it says, the bookshop must have an owner. It's kind of ominous. I love looking at the art prints. Done with Illumicrate, now we're gonna do Christmas presents. It is the next day. I didn't film a lot last night because I was honestly so tired. I just wrapped some presents for family members and then I read and I went to bed. So that was pretty much my whole evening. Today I just finished dropping off my niece and nephew at school. Now I have a little bit of time before I need to be in at work. So I'm gonna go to a coffee shop and just sit and read until I have to be there. I do have some updates on the book I'm currently reading, or one of the 4 books that I'm currently reading. So I'm now about 150 pages into To Cage a Wild Bird and I'm enjoying it. Our main character character, she was sent to this prison to save her brother, and she's trying to get him out, and they're trying to escape together along with a few other individuals. But while they're there, the wealthy can come in and like pay a fee to like come in and hunt the inmates. So far we've already had one of the hunts happen, and it's very interesting. It reminds me very much of Hunger Games. There's like a little bit of a romance thing happening between her and one of the prison guards. He clearly is keeping secrets from her. She doesn't know what his motives are because he like is against the rebels, but yet he's against the prison that he works for. So it's very unclear where his loyalties lie. I don't love our main character. She is very selfish, but also at the same time, with the time of what's happening in this world, nobody trusts anybody except unless they're like your family members. It kind of is realistic the way she's making decisions and treating others, but at the same time, I don't know. I do like her attitude. She's very funny. She's not afraid of talking back or getting in trouble. I just wish that like her decisions were a little bit more logical. I'm hoping to finish this today, actually. It's only a little over 300 pages and I'm 150 pages in, so I definitely feel like I could crank this out. I have a half day at work today, so I'm hoping that this afternoon I can read more and maybe finish it. I will update you guys when I do that. It is the next day. I did not film, I don't think anything last night because when I got home from work, I was hanging out with my family and I didn't want to film. I wanted to be present with them. And then I read a little bit like right before I went to bed. So I do have some updates. So the one book I've been like focusing on the most right now is my buddy read with my coworker, and that's To Cage a Wild Bird. I'm getting very, very close to the end. I have like a little less than 50 pages left of the book. At the moment, I'm enjoying it. It's definitely a very binge-worthy book. However, I feel like the hunts that are happening, there's not a whole lot happening. Like, I feel like there needs to be more suspenseful moments, and I feel like it's been very just like kind of brushed under the rug, like, oh, it's another hunt. They're acting like this isn't life or death, and I feel like they're making light of the situation they're in. There's just not a lot of interaction with like the hunters on these hunts. I feel like it's a lot of them hiding and like running, and it's just not as suspenseful as I guess I expected. Another thing is her romance with the prison guard. It feels like it got so serious so quickly. I don't know. It's just like you barely know each other, and yet you're sneaking around trying to find time to spend with each other. Something about that doesn't feel right. I understand if it's like a physical attraction, but they're acting like it's deeper than that, and I don't see how it could have developed and been deeper than a physical thing. I'm still enjoying it and I'm still eating it up. Trust me, I do really, really like this book. It's just I feel like there's certain things that could have been different that would have made me love this book. I still have 50 pages left. My thoughts could change by the end of this book. I also know that this is going to be a series, so I'm just waiting for that cliffhanger to hit me. I'm hoping to finish it this morning before I have to go to work. The one that I am buddy reading with my mom, I only have 3 chapters left, and she texted me yesterday and she's on the last chapter, so I need to binge and finish that as well today. That's my other goal. I want to get this book and that book done today. Obviously, I'm still doing my 1 chapter a day. I keep pointing over here. That's because that's where I have the book sitting. I still have my 1 chapter of my Advent romance that I've been reading, so obviously I've been keeping up with that. I haven't been filming that every day for you guys just because I feel like it's just copy paste. My schedule's kind of weird because I work like a half day and then I have a few hours off and then I get to go work an event tonight. I don't know how much reading time I'll have in between when I get off work and during the event, if I'll have time to read, or if it's just gonna be like late tonight before I go to bed, but I will update when I can. All right, let's read. Just discovered a new pet peeve of mine when it comes to reading. I can't share what it is because of spoiler reason, but it's just really pissing me off right now. Don't love that. Don't love that. I just got back from my half day and I wanted to give a few updates on where I'm at. I finished To Cage a Wild Bird right before I left for work this morning, and I've had a little bit of time to like sit on this book and think about like what my final rating is going to be. First of all, this is the first book in a series. I don't know how long the series is going to be. I am planning on continuing it, so I'll just say that. Like, I still enjoyed this book. I know I had a lot of critiques for it this morning, and I still stand by those critiques. I do feel like some of the scenes could have been a little bit more suspenseful or like made a bigger deal than they were portrayed in the book. Based on just like our ending and everything, I feel like it wrapped up about the way I expected. I was hoping that it was going to be a little bit more of like a climactic ending. I never felt any suspense. I feel like with the subject matter, them trying to break out of this prison would be very suspenseful. I think I'm landing on maybe like a 3.75 rating for this one. I don't know. That's just kind of like where I'm at. I don't think it's a full 4-star for me, but I still really enjoyed it and I definitely would recommend it, especially if you like a dystopian romance book. And this definitely checks all those boxes. So since I finished that book, I am planning on finishing the book I'm currently buddy reading with my mom. So I'm hoping to get 2 books done today. I have like 50 pages of this and I have a little bit of a window before I have to go to an event tonight. So I have a few hours and I think I just want to sit and finish this. I feel like this week was really good because I was able to knock out a lot of reading. I usually don't like to read that many books all at once, but I'm glad I read The Dystopian because I feel like it definitely broke things up a little bit for me because lately it's felt very monotonous with all the holiday romance books. Pizza sounds really good right now, so I might throw in a pizza. Very low effort, low energy today. I just finished reading The Merry Matchmaker and I thought it was really cute. I think it was very predictable, but I still had a fun time with it. I haven't read a book with the main character being in her 50s. I don't know if ever, so it was definitely a different experience, but I did still enjoy it and I did have fun reading it with my mom, and I'm excited to chat with her about this when I go home for Christmas. I think rating wise, I probably would give this like a 3-star. Murphy's been cuddling with me, which has been fun. The weather's been really crummy. It's been like really windy and cloudy and rainy today. I really wish I didn't have to leave and go to an event. Gotta do what you gotta do. It is the next day. Sorry about the loud humming. There is a massive semi truck unloading right next to my car, but I wanted to give a quick update. So yesterday I think I explained how I finished To Cage a Wild Bird and I finished Merry Matchmaker. I would recommend both of them, especially for certain people. Like I think Merry Matchmaker is perfect if you love Hallmark movies, like if you just want a cute holiday romance that isn't just following one plot line, you're following multiple and you're trying to figure out who's going to end up with who by Christmas. It's very predictable, but it was cute. And then To Cage a Wild Bird, if you are a fan of dystopian worlds, like think Hunger Games, like that kind of vibe, just maybe a little bit older with a lot of romance, then To Cage a Wild Bird is perfect for you. I continued on with Good Spirits last night. I am a little over 100 pages in. I am enjoying it. I'm definitely not enjoying it as much as previous BK Borison books. This isn't my favorite by any means, but I do think it's cute. Nolan has always gone and dealt with people who are kind of like the worst of society. Now he's following Harriet and she is like a regular person and like everyone makes mistakes, but nothing she's done seems to warrant the fact that he's haunting her. So that is something that we're trying to figure out along with them. I do think they have great chemistry and I think that Harriet is very down to earth and messy and just real, whereas Nolan, he's kind of grumpy and jaded because of his job, which fair. I think anybody would be jaded in his position, but I do feel like their romance is starting a little early. I wish it took a little bit longer. Like they haven't crossed any boundaries yet. They haven't crossed any like physical boundaries, but they've been in so many moments together where it's like the tension feels like it's about to snap. They both know Nolan is a ghost. She can touch him, but he is a ghost. His job is literally to haunt her before Christmas and like have her have this like reckoning and figure out what she needs to fix or change in her life. And yet they're over here like acting like they're flirting and dating. Am I the only one who knows what's going on here? I'm curious to see what's going to happen with these characters, so I'm definitely invested in the story. It's just definitely not my favorite. I think my favorite book by BK Borison at the moment is First Time Caller, and I'm so excited for book 2 to come out this upcoming year. I will update you guys later. Today I have work in the morning and then I have a few hours off where I need to run to the store and pick up something because I have my staff holiday party tonight and it's a potluck and I need to bring something. So I will need to leave work, go pick up something, get some lunch, and then come back and I'm gonna work for a few more hours before the party. So I won't have a lot of reading time except maybe like when I go to get lunch, I might have some reading time wherever I decide to go. This morning I made myself a cinnamon dolce latte. It's very, very good. Not that anybody cares. There you go. So it's a little bit later. I just got home a little bit ago. It was such a long day. I am so so tired. I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done tonight, but I did read a little bit more in good spirits. I actually went to this Chinese restaurant to eat lunch, and I was gonna read and sit and just like relax before going back to work. So I went in and the place was empty, and I was so excited because I was like, ooh, this is gonna be perfect for chill, relaxed reading time. But then this massive graduation party walked in and they took up like pretty much the entire restaurant, and they were so loud, and they brought in balloons and like all these decorations, and I'm just sitting over in my booth trying to eat and read. So that was short-lived, but I am enjoying it, I think, a little bit better than before because we're starting to get into both of their like pasts and stuff. So like we're learning more about our characters, which I like a lot more, and I feel like they're trying to be supportive of each other, and I like that. So instead of it just being like, oh, I'm attracted to you, I'm not gonna film anymore tonight just because I really like, I might fall asleep as soon as I read one page of my book. I will see you guys in the morning. It is actually a few days later. I forgot I didn't end this video. I wanted to give my final update, thoughts, opinions, feelings. Finished Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I actually really enjoyed the ending of this book. I thought it ended up turning into something that was way more meaningful than I think it started as. At first, it felt like it was just going to be like a very physical connection, and then it slowly turned into more, which I'm thankful for that, because if it was just a physical connection the whole time, that's boring. It actually ended up being a very emotional and very sweet ending. I'm really glad that I finished this, especially before Christmas. And I do believe this is going to be the first book in a new series by B.K. Borison, so I'm really excited to see more of the characters in this world. There's a few side characters that I would love to get their books, and I'm really excited about this new world that B.K. Borison has created. I am settling on, I think, a 3.5 stars for this book. Definitely recommend this as a really cute holiday romance if you want something that's a little bit different than your average Christmas rom-com. That is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for coming along with me for about a week of my life and getting to see what books I was reading. I was able to finish 3 out of the 4 books that I started at the beginning of the week, one of those which will be done in a few days on Christmas Eve, and I will finally be able to just read one book at a time. It'll be nice to slow down a little bit and focus on one book at a time for the rest of this year. Thank you guys so much for watching. This will be my last video before Christmas, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and I will see you guys next week. Happy reading, bye.